Rio Hatate is out of the final. Bad news for Celtic, really bad news for Rio. Try to complete the treble with Celtic. Nothing game against Aberdeen where Celtic ran out 5-1 winners. The worst thing happened, and the commentators had been talking about it throughout the whole game. I hope we get nobody injured, and maybe put the commentator's curse on it. Hatate came on in about the 61st minute. So nothing ball. Controlled the ball right in front of the dugout, and Papagay came in and took a mad swipe, putting Hatate on the floor, clutching his knee. I think you could tell straight away he wasn't acting, and it was something to be worried about. Brendan Rodgers was going absolutely off his nut, and you don't see Brendan react like that. He's normally quite calm, quite measured, but he was at the referee, he was at the linesman, and he was at anybody that would actually listen. It's a simple thing. Hatate's trying to stop the ball going out for a foul on James Forrest, and this boy's just come in and had a mad swipe. And it's bad because it takes him out of the opportunity to have a cup final with Celtic. I know he's had one or two before, but it's not what we wanted, and we could have done without it. We obviously have a really strong team, and I think we beat them with a second string, a B team, on Saturday there, 5-1, quite comfortable. Actually, the goals we scored were brilliant. I think Aberdeen's goal came after a breaking play. One of the fans had taken not well, and Celtic just didn't react to the whistle. Aberdeen came out, got a ball forward, a wee bit scrappy, ball come into the box, and it was a wee flicky header. After that, we were flying, we were superb. I thought Celtic were absolutely excellent. Horrible news though that Hatate will not make the final. We know what kind of player he is. He's a guy who can split defences with his passing and make things happen. And fans and manager alike, Hatate's loved. Sometimes it can be a wee bit frustrating, and I think we get that. But we know what kind of player he is. Plays kind of on the half turn, ball coming in. He'll make that work for him, especially in Scotland and Europe. Caught out a few times this year, but he'll make that work. Takes the ball in the half turn, always looking forward, always looking to make a pass forward, and the technical ability of some of his passing is frightening. So we know he's a central midfielder, very, very technical. He scored 10 this season. His last goal was beautiful. The sweeping first time pass into the bottom corner, absolutely beautiful. And he's scored 26 since joining Celtic, played 140 games, so he'll be a miss. There's no doubt about it. Hatate will be a miss for Celtic. However, we do have players that can come in and take his place, and I think when you're looking at how we took them to pieces with that 5-1 win, I'm personally not worried, but it's not good for Rio. Rodgers loves him. Rodgers thinks he's a phenomenal player. One of the comments Rodgers has made recently is he said he's an outstanding player. It brings us a dynamic to the team that few players don't have, and I totally get that. If you watch Celtic, there's not many players take the ball in the half turn the way he does, and that's a difficult thing to do. As I said earlier, sometimes he gets caught out because he's maybe not checking over his shoulders, but when he gets it right, it's beautiful to watch. Class player. So, what are we going to look like without Hatate? I think we will look very, very similar to what we did against Aberdeen there, except we will have Bernardo, Engels and McGregor. I think that's the three that we'll start with. I think McGregor will sit in his usual six, and Engels and Bernardo will play a wee bit further forward. I'm happy if Bernardo gets a game because I really rate the guy and I think he's a very, very good player. Unfortunate with injuries this year. Not had a lot of luck, but he's got something and he brings something to the team. Wee bit of aggression, I think, that some players don't have. Technically very good, really good running with the ball, and I like the guy. I think there's more to come from Bernardo, I think, next year. But if we think about what Rio brings, nobody's really got the eye for the pass that he has. You know, the passing ability of the man is phenomenal. I think we'll still take Aberdeen to pieces. I do. I think it's an easy win for Celtic. Shouldn't say that actually, but I do. I think we're in great form, and fingers crossed. Sean Ricardo gets a place on the bench. I doubt it very much. But there's another player. There's a player that I think Brian and I are going to do a wee bit of digging into the B team. There's a gem for me. There's a guy who 17 years old, and I know you've got players like the boy for Barcelona, Lamine Yamal, playing for 16, who's different class, but the touch of that boy Ricardo against Aberdeen, and I know it's a nothing game, was phenomenal. It was brilliant. It was like he'd played there his whole life. I'm hoping this wee guy gets into our team next year and doesn't get put out on loan. We have to be brave with these young kids, and we have to get them into the team somehow. When you're winning 2 and 3-0, get them on the park. That kid showed that he can do it. So I doubt he'll be on the bench for the cup final, but who knows. Let's hope for a strong finish in the cup. Let's hope for a treble and more history for Celtic. But let's also hope for a healthy and speedy return for Rio next season.